Did you know that 1 in 4 adults over the age of 65 falls every year? It's a shocking statistic, especially considering that falls are the leading cause of injury-related deaths in older adults. Yet, a small group of seniors seems to defy this trend, moving with remarkable stability well into their 80s and 90s. What's their secret? Today, I want to share 7 walking techniques recommended by geriatric specialists, simple adjustments that anyone can learn, but that are rarely taught to the public. These aren't strenuous exercises or hours of therapy. They're subtle, nearly invisible changes in how you walk. Techniques that, once practiced, become second nature. One of them, in fact, is something most people do incorrectly every day without even realizing it. Let me introduce you to Margaret, a 75-year-old retired school principal from Oregon. Just 2 years ago, Margaret suffered 2 painful falls within 3 months. The second fall left her with a broken wrist and months of physical therapy. "I was terrified to walk outside alone," she said. "Even moving around my kitchen felt risky." Her independence, something she had cherished her entire life, was suddenly in jeopardy. Everything changed when her physician referred her to a balance specialist who focused not just on muscle strength, but on how she walked. That's when Margaret discovered these transformative techniques. It wasn't about walking more, she explained. It was about walking smarter. Margaret began practicing small changes every day, walking with her feet aligned under her hips for better balance, landing each step heel to toe instead of flat-footed, keeping her head up and eyes forward, not down at her feet. She learned to gently engage her core and allow her arms to swing naturally to help with momentum. She also discovered a surprising technique, number 4 on our list, that involved how she turned corners, something she had been doing incorrectly for decades. Within a few months, Margaret regained her confidence. Today, she walks several miles a day without fear, gardens regularly, and even leads a walking group for seniors in her neighborhood. She hasn't had a single fall since she adopted these new habits. Over the past year, I've worked closely with top physical therapists, fall prevention researchers, and older adults like Margaret who've made these changes and experienced dramatic results. What they all share is not just better balance, but a renewed sense of control over their movement and their future. These walking techniques are not just about preventing falls. They're about preserving independence, dignity, and the freedom to keep doing what you love. If you or someone you care about has experienced a fall, now is the time to act. Walking the right way can change everything. 1. Maintain an upright posture and look ahead. One of the simplest yet most powerful techniques to prevent falls as we age is learning to maintain an upright posture and keeping your eyes looking ahead, not down. This may sound basic, but it's a change that can significantly improve your balance, spatial awareness, and confidence while walking. Many older adults have developed the habit of looking down at their feet while walking, especially after experiencing a fall or a near miss. It feels like a natural way to be careful. However, this instinctive reaction can actually make you more prone to losing your balance. When you look down, your head tilts forward, which shifts your center of gravity and places unnecessary strain on your neck and spine. Over time, this posture weakens your core muscles and throws off your natural alignment, making it harder to stay steady. It also narrows your visual field, reducing your ability to detect obstacles in your path until it's too late. By contrast, when you look forward, about 10 to 15 feet ahead, your body naturally straightens. Your chest opens, your shoulders relax, and your spine aligns more efficiently, allowing your muscles to engage in the way they were designed to during movement. This technique can feel strange at first, especially if you're used to checking your feet with every step, but with practice, it becomes second nature. Think of your eyes as a steering wheel. Wherever they go, your body tends to follow. Looking ahead gives your brain more time to assess what's coming and plan safe, intentional movements. It also enhances your confidence, which is key. Fear of falling often causes hesitation, which itself increases the risk of imbalance. By adopting a forward-focused posture, you not only walk safer, you walk with more purpose. Let me tell you about Harold, a 78-year-old widower who had been avoiding walks after stumbling on uneven pavement outside his local grocery store. His physical therapist observed his gait and immediately noticed that Harold constantly stared at his shoes. She gently coached him to lift his chin, keep his head level, and focus his gaze forward while walking. At first, Harold felt uneasy, But within 2 weeks of daily practice around his neighborhood, something changed. He felt lighter, steadier, and more in control. "I thought I was being careful by looking down," he said. "But once I looked up, I realized how much more confident and balanced I felt." This one adjustment, standing tall and keeping your eyes forward, can serve as the foundation for all other walking techniques. It improves posture, strengthens your core, enhances breathing, and reduces fatigue. Most importantly, it allows you to remain connected to your environment and ready to react to it safely. Whether you're strolling through the park, walking to the kitchen, or simply heading to the mailbox, remember, good posture isn't just about appearance. It's your body's best tool for safe, stable movement at any age. 2. Walk heel to toe. One of the most overlooked yet highly effective walking techniques for preventing falls is the heel-to-toe step. This means placing your heel on the ground first, then gently rolling your weight forward onto your toes before lifting your foot again for the next step. While it might sound like a small change, the difference it makes in your overall stability and stride control is tremendous, especially for older adults who may struggle with balance or are recovering from a fall. Many people, especially as they age, tend to walk with flat feet or shuffle their steps. This habit might feel safer or less tiring at first, but over time, it actually increases the risk of tripping and falling. When the entire foot lands flat on the ground or drags slightly, there's less shock absorption and less control over your movement. In contrast, a proper heel-to-toe step allows for a smoother, more controlled transfer of body weight, helping to maintain momentum without instability. Why is this technique so effective? It all comes down to how the human body was designed to walk. The heel acts as a natural shock absorber when it hits the ground, while the arch of the foot and the toes help push off for the next step. This rolling motion engages the entire lower body, from the calves to the thighs and even the glutes, helping to keep the muscles active and aligned. When walking heel to toe, each step becomes more deliberate and fluid, reducing the chance of missteps or sudden loss of balance. This technique is especially important when walking on uneven surfaces like sidewalks, grassy areas, or unfamiliar floors. Let me share a story about Evelyn, a 76-year-old retired nurse who began having trouble with her balance after a mild stroke. She became hesitant with her steps and often shuffled when walking, which led to a fall while stepping off a curb. During her recovery, her physical therapist taught her the importance of heel-to-toe walking. At first, Evelyn found the motion awkward and unnatural. But with consistent practice, starting slowly indoors with short walks and mirror feedback, she gradually regained her stride. After a few weeks, Evelyn noticed something remarkable. Not only was she more stable, but her walking also became more relaxed and confident. "It was like I rediscovered how to walk properly," she laughed. "I hadn't realized how much I'd been dragging my feet." She now encourages her friends at the local senior center to try the same method. Learning to walk heel to toe is not about speed. It's about intention and control. Start by slowing down your pace and concentrating on each step. Feel your heel touch the ground first. Then let your weight gently roll forward across your arch and toes. It may take a little time, but the results are lasting. This one adjustment can help reduce fatigue, improve posture, and most importantly, greatly reduce your risk of falling. Walking isn't just a routine, it's a skill, and like any skill, it can be improved with the right technique. 3. Engage your core while walking. One of the most powerful ways to improve your walking stability and reduce the risk of falls is by learning how to engage your core muscles while walking. Many people think the core only refers to the abdominal muscles, but in reality, your core is a complex group of muscles that includes your abdomen, lower back, hips, and even your pelvic floor. These muscles work together to support your spine, control your posture, and stabilize your body as you move. When your core is active, every step you take becomes more balanced, more deliberate, and far less likely to result in a fall. As we age, our core muscles often weaken, especially if we lead a more sedentary lifestyle. This can lead to poor posture, slower reflexes, and greater reliance on the legs alone to maintain balance. Unfortunately, that puts more pressure on joints and makes it easier to stumble. By consciously engaging the core, however, you create a solid foundation for every movement, whether you're walking down the hallway, climbing stairs, or stepping off a curb. So what does it mean to engage your core while walking? It doesn't mean sucking in your stomach or holding your breath. Instead, think of gently tightening your abdominal area as if you were bracing to protect your midsection. Imagine you're zipping up a snug jacket from your pelvis to your ribs. This gentle contraction should feel firm, but still allow you to breathe and move freely. At the same time, keep your back tall, shoulders relaxed, and hips aligned under your shoulders. This alignment allows your muscles to fire properly and keep you balanced with minimal effort. Let me introduce you to Robert, an 80-year-old former tennis coach who had begun experiencing frequent near falls while walking around his neighborhood. "I didn't understand what was going wrong," he said. "My legs felt strong, but I still felt wobbly, especially on uneven ground." After a consultation with a physical therapist, Robert learned that his core muscles had weakened from years of sitting and not using them intentionally during movement. The therapist taught Robert how to engage his core with each step, first while standing still, then while walking short distances. He practiced by placing a hand on his abdomen to feel the gentle activation of the muscles as he walked. Within a few weeks, he noticed significant improvement in his posture, his stride, and his overall sense of balance. "It was like I found the missing link," he explained. "My legs were doing the work, but my core wasn't supporting them." Engaging your core doesn't require a gym or strenuous workout. It's a skill you can practice anytime, while walking to the mailbox, grocery shopping, or doing chores around the house. Over time, activating your core becomes automatic, and your movements become more coordinated and confident. For older adults, this small but powerful habit can mean the difference between a stumble and a safe step forward. Let your arms swing naturally in rhythm with your steps. A walking technique that many people overlook, but which plays a vital role in balance and coordination, is the natural swinging of your arms in rhythm with your steps. While it may seem like a minor detail, allowing your arms to move freely and naturally as you walk significantly enhances your body's ability to maintain equilibrium. It's one of the simplest ways to support better posture, conserve energy, and reduce the risk of falling, especially for older adults. As we age, it's common for arm movement to become more restricted. Some people may stiffen their arms or hold them close to the body out of habit, discomfort, or a subconscious attempt to stay safe and rigid while walking. Others may carry bags, hold onto rails excessively, or tuck their hands into pockets, further limiting the natural swing. But research has shown that this limited movement can actually reduce stability rather than improve it. When you let your arms swing naturally, opposite your legs, they help counterbalance your stride and stabilize your torso. Think of how a tightrope walker uses a long pole for balance. Your arms serve a similar purpose. If your right leg steps forward, your left arm should swing forward, and vice versa. This cross-body motion not only helps balance the weight shift from one foot to the other, but it also engages the upper back, shoulders, and even parts of the core, creating a more efficient and secure walking rhythm. Let's look at an example. Doris, a 79-year-old former librarian, found herself struggling with her balance, especially during longer walks. She hadn't experienced any serious falls, but she often felt unsteady and would avoid walking outside when alone. A mobility specialist observed her gait and noticed that Doris held her arms still at her sides, barely moving them as she walked. It turned out that years of cautious walking had trained her body into stiffness rather than stability. Doris was encouraged to relax her shoulders, loosen her elbows, and allow her arms to swing freely as she walked. At first, she felt a little awkward. It had been years since she paid attention to her arm movement. But after practicing for a week, she started noticing improvements. Her stride became smoother, her steps more confident, and she even reported feeling less tired after walking. "I never knew my arms mattered so much," she said. "But now, I feel like I'm walking more like my younger self." To practice this technique, start by standing upright, relaxing your shoulders, and letting your arms hang naturally at your sides. As you walk, allow them to swing gently with your stride. Don't force or exaggerate the motion. Over time, this movement will feel more fluid and automatic. When combined with other techniques like upright posture and heel-to-toe stepping, swinging your arms becomes a powerful component of a safer, more natural walking pattern. 5. Choose supportive, well-fitted shoes. One of the most underestimated aspects of safe walking, especially for older adults, is the shoes you wear. Choosing supportive, well-fitted shoes can make a world of difference in your stability, posture, and overall walking confidence. Unfortunately, many people continue wearing shoes that are either too loose, too tight, or simply not designed for safe, comfortable walking. Over time, poor footwear contributes to foot pain, instability, poor posture, and, more seriously, an increased risk of falls. As we age, our feet naturally undergo changes. Arches may flatten, joints may become stiffer, and the padding on the soles can thin out, making us more sensitive to hard surfaces. Ill-fitting or unsupportive shoes don't just cause discomfort, they change the way we walk. You might unknowingly compensate for pain by altering your gait, shifting your balance in unsafe ways. That's why the right shoes are not just a matter of style or preference. They are a critical part of maintaining your independence and mobility. Supportive shoes should have a firm, cushioned sole, a low, wide heel, and a non-slip bottom for traction. Avoid shoes with smooth soles, high heels, or open backs, like flip-flops and slippers. These can make it easy to slip or trip, especially on uneven surfaces or stairs. Instead, look for shoes that cradle the foot snugly but comfortably, with enough room in the toe box to wiggle your toes and enough support around the heel to prevent wobbling. Let me tell you about Frank, an 82-year-old grandfather who had started avoiding his daily walks due to frequent foot pain and an increasing fear of falling. After speaking with a podiatrist, Frank realized that his favorite old loafers, while easy to slip on, were offering no support at all. He invested in a pair of orthopedic walking shoes with cushioned soles and proper arch support. The result? Within a few weeks, his foot pain decreased dramatically, his stride became more stable, and he regained the confidence to walk daily again. "I didn't realize how much my shoes were holding me back," Frank said. "Now I feel grounded and secure with every step." In addition to choosing the right shoe type, fit is crucial. Feet can change size over time, so it's worth getting measured periodically, preferably in the afternoon when feet tend to be slightly swollen. Make sure to try on shoes with the socks you normally wear and walk around in them before buying. Even high-quality shoes can cause issues if they don't fit properly. The right footwear doesn't just protect your feet, it supports your entire body. Combined with upright posture, heel-to-toe stepping, and core engagement, wearing the right shoes completes the foundation of safe, stable walking. It's a small change with a big impact, allowing you to move confidently through your day, whether you're strolling in the park, shopping at the market, or simply walking from room to room. Your safety begins from the ground up, and that starts with your shoes. 6. Keep your feet hip-width apart while walking. Maintaining the right foot placement while walking plays a vital role in staying balanced and confident with every step. One of the simplest yet most effective adjustments you can make is to keep your feet approximately hip-width apart as you walk. This slight shift in your walking stance may not seem significant, but it helps create a more stable base of support, allowing your body to stay upright and evenly balanced, especially on uneven surfaces or during sudden changes in direction. Many older adults, without realizing it, tend to walk with their feet too close together. This narrow base increases the chance of swaying, wobbling, or tripping, especially if a small obstacle or change in surface throws them off balance. When your feet are spaced about hip-width apart, you naturally create a more stable foundation that improves control over your center of gravity. This is especially helpful for those who may have weakened balance due to age, joint pain, or past falls. Walking with a hip-width stance also helps the rest of your body stay aligned. It reduces strain on your knees and hips, encourages better posture, and even allows your core to engage more effectively. It creates what many physical therapists call a balanced walking pattern, where each part of your body works together for smoother, safer movement. Let's consider Margaret, a 75-year-old who had always been an active walker but started experiencing occasional unsteadiness, particularly when walking on sloped sidewalks or grassy areas. After a visit to a balance specialist, Margaret discovered that her walking pattern had changed over the years. Her feet were landing close together, almost like walking on a tightrope. This narrow stance, though subtle, was contributing to her instability. With coaching and practice, Margaret began to walk with her feet hip-width apart, paying attention to her step placement and posture. "At first, it felt a bit exaggerated," she said, "but then it became natural, and I felt so much more in control." To practice this technique, start by standing still and looking at the position of your feet. They should be aligned directly under your hips, not touching or crossing each other. As you begin to walk, try to maintain that same width between your feet. You can even practice by walking along a hallway with visual guides, like tiles or floorboards, to help you stay mindful of your stance. With time, your muscles will adapt to this improved pattern and it will become second nature. This small adjustment can also help prevent fatigue. With a stable base, your body doesn't need to work as hard to correct balance issues with every step. You'll feel more grounded, more secure, and more able to move with confidence, whether you're walking short distances around the home or enjoying longer outdoor strolls. By combining hip-width walking with other techniques like heel-to-toe steps and core engagement, you're building a safer, more effective walking style that supports independence and reduces your risk of falls at any age. 7. Move slowly and with control, especially when turning. The final, and perhaps most overlooked, walking technique that dramatically reduces the risk of falling is learning to move slowly and with control, especially when turning or changing direction. Quick, jerky, or rushed movements may feel efficient, but they often disrupt your body's natural balance, particularly in older adults whose reflexes, muscle strength, and joint mobility may have declined over time. In contrast, slow, intentional movements give your body time to adjust, engage the right muscles, and maintain alignment, creating a much safer and more stable walking experience. Turning is one of the most dangerous moments in a walking routine. Many falls happen not when someone is walking in a straight line, but when they make a sharp pivot, twist suddenly, or turn too quickly to respond to something. This is because turning requires coordination between your eyes, head, torso, hips, knees, and feet, all shifting at the same time. If one part moves too fast or out of sequence, you can lose balance in an instant. A safer approach is to take small, controlled steps when turning, allowing your whole body to rotate gradually. Imagine your body as a column. You want to rotate that column smoothly, without letting one part move faster than the others. Start by slowing down your pace as you prepare to turn. Then pivot gently with your feet, one step at a time, allowing your head and shoulders to follow your hips. Avoid twisting from the waist or turning your upper body ahead of your lower body. This can easily throw off your center of gravity. Let's meet Helen, a 78-year-old artist who had a serious fall last year while turning quickly to answer her phone. "I turned so fast, my feet didn't catch up with my head," she explained. That fall left her with a fractured wrist and a deep fear of walking without support. After working with a physical therapist, Helen learned how to slow down and break down her movements into small, stable steps, especially when turning. She practiced in front of a mirror, visualizing her body as one aligned unit. Within weeks, she felt more confident and secure during daily activities, from walking across the room to navigating stairs and curbs. "Now I move like I'm in control, not like I'm in a hurry," she says. To master this technique, begin by practicing slow turns at home, using furniture or countertops for gentle support. Focus on staying upright, keeping your knees slightly bent, and moving your feet deliberately. As you gain confidence, you can apply the same strategy in busier environments, like grocery stores or sidewalks. Controlled movement isn't about being slow for the sake of it. It's about being deliberate, being aware, and prioritizing safety over speed. This mindful approach to movement helps older adults maintain independence, prevent falls, and enjoy greater peace of mind with every step they take. As we age, maintaining balance and stability becomes increasingly important in preserving our independence and preventing falls. Simple, mindful adjustments to our walking routine can make a world of difference in improving our safety and confidence. The key to better walking isn't in complex exercises or intense workouts, but in small, intentional changes to how we move every day. One of the most powerful habits is to keep your posture upright and your gaze forward. This simple adjustment allows your body to move in alignment, helping your core engage naturally and providing a stronger base for stability. When walking, focus on taking heel-to-toe steps, ensuring each step flows smoothly and evenly, which reduces the chances of tripping or losing balance. Along with this, engaging your core muscles while walking gives you the strength and control needed to stay steady on your feet, even during sudden shifts or changes in direction. Another small but impactful change is to let your arms swing naturally in rhythm with your steps. This motion counterbalances the movement of your legs, helping to maintain a steady gait while also reducing fatigue. Choosing well-fitted, supportive shoes is equally crucial. The right footwear creates a solid foundation for your feet, which is essential in preventing falls, especially when walking on uneven surfaces. Additionally, maintaining a hip-width stance between your feet helps create a stable base that improves your balance, making every step feel more secure. Finally, moving slowly and with control, especially when turning or changing direction, ensures that you don't lose your balance by rushing. Take smaller, more deliberate steps, allowing your body to rotate smoothly when turning. This reduces the risk of losing your footing and helps prevent injuries. Together, these simple adjustments form a strong foundation for safer walking. It's not about speed or complexity, but about being mindful of how we move through the world. These changes don't require special equipment or intense training. They just require awareness and practice. By incorporating these habits into our daily routines, we can enjoy the confidence, freedom, and peace of mind that comes with knowing we can walk safely, no matter our age.